Hello, hola, good morning. This is Spencer, and I'm choosing to make a short little video just describing a little bit about what this call on Sunday is. I'm doing a live call that you can register for and participate on or listen to later if you're going to be busy, but you still have to register and make an invitation to you for that and describe a little bit about what that is. And in the process, also highlight some of the differences in what I do and how I teach the survival skills as well as martial arts and what a lot of other folks are doing out there. So Mastery Systems is run by Bob Stevens, and we use something called conscious language. Conscious language is an operating system that's basically self-analysis and evaluation of the patterns that we keep repeating. And the words that we use are the audible expression of the thoughts that we're having underneath, and all of our words and our thoughts are associated with a feeling. So when we are stuck in constantly saying things that are self-defeating or have a feeling or an emotional energetic form that is undermining, then we're destroying our ability to create our vision for the world, whatever that is. And it could be success in relationships, it could be success in survival skills, it could be profitable training in the martial arts, it could be business and financial success. And so, just to give a quick example, some concepts that we use are just simply saying that I am and I can. And so I can and I am, as opposed to I can't do that. That's such a simple, small shift that people can make that radically changes their lives, especially with kids. Kids come into class or they're in the woods and they're like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. And just getting them to change, one small shift is to say, I haven't yet, but that still is affirming I have not, I have not, I do not have. And so when we get the subconscious mind to get on board with I can do this, I can learn it, I have the ability to learn, I have the ability to learn how to do this, I have, just that shift alone creates quantum leaps ahead in skill sets and our ability. And why is this important? Well, it's important for us individually as we create financial flow for ourselves and our families just to survive in the world. But then this is sort of a catalyst. It lights a fire and it goes out into the world from us, and it's contagious. As soon as I do in the past slip in and out of this. It has been very easy in the past to sort of surrender to fear and to focus on things that we're hating and that we're not liking, and like I'm gonna fight that, I'm gonna resist that. And when I'm around people that remind me and keep me on task with operating from here, and being in touch with, for me, what's God's will in my life, then I'm much more powerful and productive in every single way than when I'm operating simply from a very limited human perspective in things and focusing on limitations instead of opportunities and abilities. A lot of times, folks don't resonate with survival skills and primitive skills and earth skills and those sort of things, but they've achieved success in a business world. And so what I have to say to them is that if you take the same type of decisions and skills that you made in that business world and you apply them to things that you're choosing to pick up in life now and learn, it could be how to make your own medicines and food and how to start fires and build shelters and lead a group and operate cool new things like a bow and arrow or whatever. If you approach it in a similar way and realize that the fundamentals are the same, you'll achieve success. Likewise, there's a lot of folks, especially where I've grown up and lived, who are very skilled in survival skills and outdoor things and traditional crafts and primitive technologies, and they've been unable to achieve success financially and take care of, have a nice car, or, when I say nice, I mean one that accomplishes the goals of the person. It runs, and for me, it means have a good stereo, whatever, gets them where they need to go. But they've had a hard time existing and transitioning into the modern world in that sense. And what I have to say to them is, if you can look and see the habits and the decisions, the subconscious thought forms and the language that you use to describe yourself and those around you, and the feeling that you have towards what you're already good at, you can then take that as a system and put it into any area that you're choosing to then develop. and to recognize that often when we move into a new area that's been uncomfortable in the past, we suddenly drag on all this baggage that is self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is the number one thing that's keeping people from realizing their best potential in any given area. So once we can recognize that, identify what the self-sabotage is, take it out, and more accurately, replace it or transform it into something new. And so, you might have heard this idea that your greatest weakness shall be your greatest strength. So rather than just removing or releasing or doing away with, we're transforming. So taking existing fears, taking existing concepts of lack or limitation or inability, and transforming those into something new, something that is strength. That's critical. That's an important concept. So to do that, I play 125%. That means that when I'm at my best and fully engaged, that sets a new bar. And so that bar becomes 100%. Well, I'm going to go a little bit beyond that in the next moment, in each moment, 125%, 120. Making this video for you right now is me playing 125%. I was like, oh, I just finished a 2.5 hour conference call. I don't feel, whatever. I play 125%. I am, I choose to share. Why do I do it? I do it out of love. I do it out of my heart. And so that's me playing 125%. When we play 125%, there is no space for illusion to enter into and feed off of. So if illusion is not real, it has no life force of its own. And these are concepts of lack, limitation, and everything, the dark side. There's a new Star Wars out there. The dark side, it is illusion. It feeds on life force. So if I choose to feed that, that's what grows. If I'm playing at 125% and coming from my heart in fields of survival, in fields of martial arts, even in, this is the high level warrior stuff. Even if you're choosing to put this into your combatives, your combative training, then there's no room for a thought form or an illusion to grow in you. And the ability that you have to create this 125% mindset in your team, it starves the illusion so that those thought forms cannot come in and attach and start feeding on people. If one person in your team is not playing 125, they're holding back, they're having reservations, they're feeding the fear, then they create space for illusion to come in and feed, and they become sort of, it's like a parasitic relationship. They're feeding something that thing can grow and then drain the whole team. So being able to identify that, play at 125%, which is your consistent best, always achieving a new level, starves the illusion, takes parasitic thought forms out of you, out of the group, and creates a habit of impeccability, a habit of success, a habit of speed learning, a habit of performance and skill that is actually fun. So learning is fun, doing well is fun, doing your best is fun, sharing, being contagious is, in those regards, is very fun. And so that's a little bit of what I'm talking about on Sunday night. I'm also going to be introducing, for those of you who are parents, how do we bring this to kids in a way that they can digest? How can we bring this in the fields that we're already experts at? If you're really good at a certain field, how do we bring this awareness of our language, our thoughts, and our feelings into it? And you'll see quantum leaps in what you're doing, and you'll see quantum leaps in everyone's lives who you are able to share or expose with that. We have an online university that is teaching this material, teaching this concept. And in my personal opinion, it is the fastest, most direct way to achieve quick success and reignite your creative potential, reignite your enthusiasm, reignite your heart, see your own personal business or your art in a new way, and break through any plateaus that have been holding you back. And also bring that into the lives of your children, because having this in a palatable and digestible and understandable way for kids is imperative for our future. And the world requires you at 125% right now. So there's a link in the description and in my bio. for this call. It'll be Sunday evening at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, United States. It's free. Get on board. I'll see you there. Thank you. Bye.